How many of you have you realized that the banks have increased their rates? When I say rates, I mean in terms of whether you fix with them or an opportunity in terms of interest, whatever. Have you realized that they have actually increased their rate? They have actually made it look a little bit, attractive. They used to give you like 6%, whatever. Now it's around 8, 9% ish there. And if you have a good cash, you can negotiate yourself what we call the negotiation or negotiated fixed deposit. They're giving quite of an attractive interest. How many have realized that? Oh, you have not. Okay, do this, yeah? Go to your bank and ask them how much are you guys giving in terms of the fixed deposit, okay? And then ask them, can that rate be negotiated or something? They're open to that kind of a negotiation. How many have realized that? If you haven't, don't go back to your bank and ask that kind of a thing. What I've realized is that there is a sort of an overhaul of banks trying to update, especially the Kenyan banks have actually done that. This issue of investment is actually breaking boundaries. I don't know that you know this. A lot of Kenyans are investing these MMFs and whatever. They are doing that. And this is happening in the sense that banks are now realizing, okay, Kenyans are avoiding, having idle cash in their bank accounts. They're actually focusing on taking that money and investing. This thing in the Western world, it's already developed there. People know there's something called high yield accounts. High yield accounts, meaning, yeah, of course, you're not getting that much, but at least your money is not idle somewhere. So Kenyans are actually coming to realize that, hey, you know what? Some even are withdrawing their cash to start businesses because, hey, you would rather put your money on the lifeline, on the business, rather than having it idle somewhere. Unless maybe you're accumulating that money to reach a certain target. There is nothing wrong with that. But the point is, Kenyans are actually trying to have that money working for them or them working for the money, or just having that energy moving around as far as the investments are concerned. And that is so promising. It shows you that at least there is this wokeness, as far as the finances are concerned. People are now understanding it's good to make sure that at least you jog around, and people, we agree with this mentality of, saving, and there is nothing wrong with saving, but leaving your money at a savings level, it is not really, you haven't, broken the code entirely. You need to save, yes, and then go beyond savings to invest, because we don't have any track record of an individual who ever became wealthy by just savings. You get that? Okay. Now we became wealthy, or we try to make more money. All right. Again, I love to use the term wealthy and rich very carefully because it means different from or to different people. So see, banks are actually doing that. They are trying to make it people, and of course, banks, they really need cash right now. And again, I'll make a video about something else, but not for now. The next video I'll make about what's happening with the banks and the government. They want to get into your account so that they see how much you have there. And M-Pesa, that is a mobile transfer for those who are not Kenyans. They just want to get themselves there to see, where they can actually maximize their taxes and returns and what have you. Anyway, I'm going to make a video about that. Try the best that I can to inform you what is happening as far as your cash is concerned. That's why I always tell you, make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, so that you know the health of your status in terms of your accounts and what have you, because that is exactly what we discuss here. And by the way, share this video with your friends, share with family members, share with your girlfriends, share with your wives and husbands and whoever, so that we can come here and build this community and build this home, so that we can lighten each other on how we can be able to do. See, this information was never shared with us back when we were in school, be it either kindergarten, primary, secondary, tertiary, university, colleges, or whatever. We were never shared with this. So let's find a way on how we can actually make these, how we can actually manage to share this information so that we can open our eyes. Anyway, the point is, yes, banks are doing that. Do I recommend you investing with them? Okay, the point is, it depends on what exactly you want. First of all, know that whatever you're getting as a return from the fixed deposit is, well, of course, is a little bit low compared to maybe other options that you can go for. But if then that works for you, you can go for it. But for me, if you ask me in a yes or no answer, I would say no. Why? Because see, if I compare the fixed, unless it's a negotiated fixed deposit, if it's a negotiated fixed deposit where you're getting, for example, let's look at it from the point of, say, MMFs, bond fund, bills fund, equity fixed income fund, and whatever, they're playing around above 10%. So if you get anything above 10%, at least you're getting value for your cash. But if you're going for less than that, you see, it's not really okay. For example, right now as I'm making this video and I'm doing so at around November, the inflation is around 3.6%. I don't know whether you know this. Well, guys, don't crucify me. I'm not an agent of anybody. Um, it's actually, they're saying it's actually the lowest in like 17 years. You know, we're having the lowest inflation. You know, the food prices have gone down. Again, I don't know whether you are seeing that from your end. I'm not saying, I'm not forcing it into you. Go check it out. Anyway, the point is, even if the inflation is around 3.6, for example, let's say, you know, this is what I always tell people. Even if you fear investing, you really fear, you have this risk averseness, we call it risk what? Risk averted or something. The inflation in Kenya is around 3.6%. Okay? And let's say the fixed deposit they're giving you 8.5%. That's what most of the fixed deposits are giving you. Okay? Now, this obviously is pre-tax. This is pre-tax. If this is pre-tax, probably this will go back to say 6.5%. So 6.5% you subtract 3.6. Why? Because obviously inflation is eating 3.6% of your cash. So if you deduct that, at least you're getting yourself with around cancel here, you verify 15, you get 9, 2.9. Is it 2.9? Sure, 2.9. So you're remaining with 2.9%. So 2.9%, this is the interest that you're getting. So if you invest your 100K there, if you invest your 100K there, so what is 2% of 2.9? Or rather, what is 2.9% of, or roughly, let's say 3%. If you're getting 3% of 100,000, that's like 3,000, 3K, okay? 3K, say that is per year, per annum, that's what you're getting. At least, well, of course, this is not like huge anyway. This is not like, you ain't gonna solve all your problems anyway, but at least your cash is somewhere, is giving birth to small babies, you know? But if, of course, if you are good at your business, you can withdraw your 100K, go do your business. And business, if the business will make you more, you do. I mean, what I say is that do the best that what fits for your money. I mean, let's say you are a supplier and distributor of, say, a certain thing, yeah? You know, this 100K, if you take it, go buy things, then you resell it, you can make, let's say, 20K or even 10K out of this, let's say in the same period of 1 year. So, I mean, you just put your mouth where your money is if you realize this one is not working for you. So, the reason why we talk about investments and such is because, hey, guess what? The business is doing okay. It's only that you want to diversify. This 100K is just hanging around in a bank somewhere, not doing anything. It's not for the stock if you're in business in something. So, you can take it, throw it somewhere. Instead of it being idle in a whole stretch of a year, it is there. It's going to make you 3,000. You get what I'm saying? See, it's far much better than just having it idle somewhere. So, you can actually go with that kind of analogy and do something and be earning something. Of course, now, see, banks now are trying to improve these rates, and of course, the CBK, that's the Central Bank of Kenya, you know, they cut their rates, and of course, we are looking forward when the banks will actually lower their rates and make the loans quite affordable to people, so that people can borrow, do the business, and once they borrow and do the business, guess what happens now? They borrow, do the business, therefore there can be high circulation of cash. Because right now, again, I'm making this video of November 2024. People are complaining that the circulation of money is actually low. And I can attest to that. I do not know whether this is artificial or is economically true indeed, because I've realized that our Kenyan shilling, one US dollar is equivalent to 129 shilling, but it is actually stayed there for like 3 weeks now. 128, 129 is actually within that particular place. Well, that shows that at least our shit. Do you know, there was a time it was around 160, 161. I think that's the highest has ever reached. Yeah? That was around December last year. That is December of 2023. Okay, I'm saying this because it depends. Maybe you'll be watching this video in 2070. Maybe probably 1 shilling could be equivalent to $1. I don't know, whatever. See, now the point is, we actually experiencing this stability of the shilling and what have you. Kenyans are complaining that the circulation of cash is a little bit low. I don't know whether somebody is intentionally trying to hold the cash somewhere so that they can have low circulation of the cash, so that at least we don't have a lot of shilling in circulation, so that to make it perceived as if there's, I don't know. I'm still doing my research anyway, as much as I'm trying to look at it. I don't know whether the food products has actually gone down, so there is less of demand of us importing. I don't know what exactly is going on, but I don't like to use the term I don't know. I'm going to research as much as I can. So this is exactly is happening in our banks, so that at least they can give you a better rate, so that they have a lot of deposit. Because I was also reading one of the dailies that the Kenyan banks are actually having less of deposit. People are depositing less. They're depositing less money, so, and they really need that liquid cash for them to service their things and what have you. And of course, we have a lot of NPLs, the non-performing loans and what have you. you. But anyway, the systems are there. I hope they will try the best as they can to curb that particular happening, so that at least we don't get ourselves in a mess. So anyway, it is good to make sure that whatever interest that you're getting, whatever the investment that you're picking out there, you're actually getting the value for your cash, because at the end of the day, it's about winning. And put your money where you're actually winning and you're getting something, because that is the most important thing. This is Good Joseph speaking. In case we are tuning for the first time, again, I'm Good Joseph, and I make videos about these kind of things, about finances, investments, and what have you. And if you'd like to get any of my copies of booklets, I do have them, any copy you need. If it's about businesses, I have business plans of variety of businesses. You can actually grab a copy. If it's about investments in links like shares, stocks, so you call them, the rate, the index fund, things to do with, yeah, peer-to-peer lending. If you want to get yourself into businesses, if you want to get yourself into bills, to bonds, to MMF, I have all those copies, and a copy only goes for 280 shilling, so you can grab. My number is always on the description of this specific video, so you can grab it and do something. So what are my parting shots? Yes, banks are trying the best as they can to make sure that they have the attractive interest, so that you can put your money there, so that they become more liquid, be able to run their businesses and do other things, so that all of you can benefit. So the question is, should you put your money there? Of course, it depends on what you want without your money. See, let's say we have two people here. We have person A and person B. Both of them, they have 1 million, 1 million. So this person B wants, say, 11,000 each and every month from their million. The person B wants, say, 9,000, every month out of their million. So it depends. Someone can go for fixed deposit if it's functioning for them, they're okay with it. Someone can also go for a little bit of higher interest, say in an MMF or something of sort, because they want their million to achieve this amount of money. Some, maybe let's say we have a different person C, will be like, I don't want this 10, I don't want this 11, I want totally a different thing. Let's say more money out of that. So it all depends. Pick that what works for you, and it's always good to make sure that you get yourself a guidance so that you make the best decision out there. Anyway, that is it, guys. Whew. See you in the next one, and thank you for watching my videos at all the time. See ya.